Good afternoon and welcome to the Corporation of the Town of Kirkland Lake Meeting of Council for April the 5th, 2016. I just have a notice to read before we start. On Tuesday, April the 12th, Council will hold a special meeting to receive a preliminary report from KPMG and a meeting of finance. At its regular meeting of Tuesday, April 26th, Council will consider a bylaw to set the 2016 operating and capital budgets. Could we have a moment of silence, please? Thank you. The approval of the agenda. It was moved by Councillor Barker and seconded by Councillor Roman that Council approves this agenda for the regular meeting of April the 5th, 2016 as presented. All in favor? Thank you. Is there any declaration of pecuniary interest? None declared. Petitions and delegations? None. Acceptance of the minutes and recommendations. It was moved by Councillor Roman and seconded by Councillor Barker that Council accepts the minutes of the following meetings. The Kirkland Lake Public Library Board held February the 8th, 2016. The Finance meeting held March the 15th, 2016. The regular meeting of Council held March the 15th, 2016. And the special meeting of Council held March 29th, 2016. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, reports of municipal officers and communications. Joanne, you're going to start off with the ad hoc committee.
Okay. Bill 8 is the Public Sector and MPP Accountability and Transparency Act. It came into effect on January 1st. This gives the Ombudsman of Ontario the power to investigate and to resolve complaints about municipalities. Now, the intention of the Ombudsman is to work with the processes that municipalities already currently have in place. And this, the Code of Conduct for Council is one that many municipalities are putting in place, and it's strongly suggested by the Ombudsman that all municipalities have it. It's the first thing that they will look at when any complaints come about concerning councillors. So our suggestion is to set up an ad hoc committee and to have a couple of members of council work with us, since this is a code of conduct that deals with you.
Any questions? Councillor Barker.
It's more of just of a comment. I fully support and would be willing to work with the ad hoc committee to help design. I think it's great to have clear and concise code of conduct that you know, not only the public but councillors can refresh themselves on each term or each year.
Any other council comments or volunteers to sit on the committee? Councillor Mino.
Well, I would certainly offer my services to sit on this and hopefully bring my experience to the table.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So I just have a resolution pertaining to that. It was moved by Councillor Barker and seconded by Councillor Roman that Council approves the setup of an ad hoc committee to implement the Council Code of Conduct with the following members of Council participating: Councillor Barker and Councillor Mino. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, Director of Physical Services, Mark, you're going to come up.
So the first report deals with the Kirkland Lake Municipal Airport Interoperational Plan and Wildlife Management Plan. So this is part of the airport's SMS, Safety Management System. We are a fully certified airport. We're required to review certain aspects of that safety management system every year. We are audited, and when procedures are found lacking, we would modify them and make sure that through corrective actions we bring them up to the federal standards for the aviation and airports. So this year we had fully revised the winter operational plan and the wildlife management plan to reflect actually what happens there, and when we and all the procedures for the attendants to follow for notice to airmen in different weather conditions and how friction is established at the runway, and when it's safe to know for landing and whatnot. All winter operation procedures from plowing, salting, or not, we don't use salt at the airport, sanding, removal of snow, cleaning around the lights, the height of the banks are regulated, the end of the runway is regulated. So there are quite a few procedures that are all done. So we've made all those corrections or more in detail of what we do for the winter operational plans to be submitted to NAV Canada. And then the wildlife management deals with looking at how we deal with wildlife within the area, identify certain species within the northeast region that may or may not be present there. So that was the major thing, is that we didn't have all those species identified prior to in the prior wildlife management plan. So we've added those and procedures for the attendants for observation and to try to keep them away during operational hours or when flights are coming in. So those plans are being revised. Our airport operational manual has been accepted by Transport Canada, and we continue to work within it. Whether certified or not, we would have these types of plans in place for the safety of the aviators and wildlife and environmental reasons.
Councillor Roman.
Yeah, I reviewed each of those plans, and they're quite thorough. There's a lot in there. My question has to do with in both of the plans, there was a letter sent out to frequent users of the airport as to what their concerns or recommendations are for our airport. And I'm just wondering, did we get any responses back? And if we did, what sort of response?
I don't have that information with me. I would assume if anything that came in would form part of the report, so I can provide you that information tomorrow.
Councillor Mino.
Mark, this is a periodic review, or is this a one-shot thing, and then this manual is good for?
No, every 3 years they would do a full audit. So what we do is we review 1/3 of our operational plan annually to keep up. So then the auditors look at all the information, make recommendations and form of corrective actions. We fill out those forms and submit our documentation, and they accept or ask us to further refine them.
So next year would be what aspect of the airport?
Well, it depends. Through the first phase of it, with the aprons and the operation procedures, it could be into all the safety procedures for next year, or everything to do with the airport. It's quite involved being a certified airport. There's everything under the sun to be documented.
The auditor will dictate that to you
Yeah.
when they come in, so they don't have a set pattern of
No,
verifications.
they will notify us which areas to look
Okay,
at.
so this is generated from them.
Yeah, but regardless, we would have to do the full thing every 3 years, so we do
Okay.
1/3 a year because of the size of our airport and the time involved. We can manage it better over the course of 3 years than all at once.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have a couple resolutions. The first one is concerning the winter operations. It was moved by Councillor Roman and seconded by Councillor Barker that council approves the municipal airport winter operations plan as presented by the Director of Physical Services. All in favor? Thank you. And the next resolution is, it was moved by Councillor Barker, seconded by Councillor Roman, that council approves the municipal airport wildlife management plan as presented by the Director of Physical Services. All in favor? Thank you.
So the next report deals with landfill free tipping fees for the year. This year we don't have it in the budget, or I haven't placed it in the budget for spring cleanup or the municipal hazardous waste event. So in the report I speak to that further. So we're looking for council to approve the dates for free tipping fees week at the landfill. Obviously, there's some lost revenues for that, but I don't think we would see the amounts coming out if we didn't offer it, so really, those revenues may not be realized. It provides a residents the opportunity to, for their spring cleanup. We also hold one in the fall, but this is dealing with the spring. And you know, clean up their properties, dispose of material that's been around for a while, and as well as we would apply for the waste electronic cart to be placed in town by the Physical Services Department again, so that they don't have to go all the way to the airport for electronics. And there's something else in there, but regardless, the other thing to take into consideration is now moving to a new garbage collection contract that will begin in June. We would propose that council consider offering a bit longer of a period for tipping fees for people to take into consideration that they'll be limited in the amount of household waste they'll be putting out a week by the size of the cart they're provided. So that's a consideration as well for council to decide. So the dates proposed for the 2 weeks would be May 14th to the 29th, or the full, for a longer period, we would suggest May 2nd to 29th.
Councillor Roman.
I'd certainly be in favor of limiting it to just the 2 weeks. I think that's enough time for people. A couple of things. It's proof of residency being required. Is that something that's being emphasized with our tipping fee attendants? Because my concern is with free tipping fees, you could get people from anywhere and everywhere coming up to the landfill.
We do advertise that. We tell the tipping attendants, they do mark license plates down and whatnot. To this point, we're not asking for driver's license or proof of residency, but that could be implemented.
Okay. That'd be, like, anyone showing up there, they should have their driver's license with them anyways. So to me, that's just a quick check. The other thing, I like the enhanced hours.
Yes.
Like typically, we're not open those hours on the weekend, so that's something I'm quite happy to see.
Yeah, so the additional hours are full day Saturday rather than just half day, and then half day Sunday through the event, whichever length is determined.
Councillor Shamiard.
During the week, are we 8 to 4 or 8 to 6 right now? Like regularly?
8 to 6.
8 to 6, so that doesn't change it?
No.
Okay.
That would stay the same, yeah.
Okay, so at Mappy, we have 3 weekends. People like to go on weekends. I know it's busy. Ooh. Okay, thank you.
Any other? Councillor Mino.
Just to clarify, this is for residents' personal stuff, is it? Or is it commercial as well?
No, it's just for residents. Yeah, and for households, not industrial commercial.
So if we're not gonna do the curbside, in theory, could somebody come in with a big, huge truckload of stuff that he picked up from the whole street and be
Well,
qualified?
no, it's limited to about 2 cubic yards, size of a half ton when they.
So we're gonna maintain that same,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I prefer the 2 weeks as well, so I'm supporting that.
Yeah, May 14th to the 29th, I think that gives ample time for the frost to get out, for everything to melt in the backyards. I think 2 weeks as well is a good amount of time. It's important that we have the enhanced hours. I think that really helps people, the Sundays and opening in the afternoon on Saturdays, I
Yeah,
believe.
open till 4 p.m. on Saturday.
Yep. So, we've been successful in the past. So just so we understand, this is not if somebody's doing a home renovation and their contractor this is not for them to dump that.
No, it's not intended for contractors or major structural or building debris. It's for household waste that's yard waste and whatnot, type of spring cleanup materials.
Yeah, it's a good service, and I think the residents look forward to it every year as well, you know, the free tipping fees, and then probably every second year for the pickup. If there's no other questions, I do have a resolution. It was moved by Councillor Roman and seconded by Councillor Barker that council approves the free landfill tipping fees for a 2-week period, Saturday, May 14th to Sunday, May the 29th, 2016. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mark. Okay. We have the introduction, reading, and consideration of bylaws. This first bylaw is to add volunteer Mr. Duchesne to the Committee of Adjustment and the Planning Advisory Committee. So it was moved by Councillor Barker and seconded by Councillor Mino that bylaw 16-027, being a bylaw to name members to the committees of council by adding Edmund Duchesne to the Committee of Adjustment and Planning Advisory Committee, be read a first, second, and third time enacted and passed. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, this next bylaw is a continuation of what we talked about, I believe, at our last council meeting concerning the hawker, peddler, and salespersons. It was moved by Councillor Mino and seconded by Councillor Barker. Bylaw 16-028, being a bylaw to regulate transient hawker, peddler, and salespersons, be read a first, second, and third time enacted and passed. All in favor? Thank you. Notices of motion. None. Confirmation bylaw was moved by Councillor Barker and seconded by Councillor Mino that bylaw 16029, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council at its meeting held April 5th, 2016, be read a first, second, and third time enacted and passed. All in favor? Thank you. Councillors' reports. Had the pleasure of attending Northern College welcome to the future students and their parents this Saturday, or last Saturday at the college, and it was well attended, and I appreciated the offer to go on from the college, and it was a very good, a good time spent. Okay. It was moved by Councillor Mino and seconded by Councillor Barker that council adjourns its regular meeting of April the 5th, 2016 to an in-camera meeting to discuss one personnel potential litigation issue. All in favor? Thank you.